Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a video where I am going to be reacting to your guys' sports takes. A couple days ago, I put out a tweet asking for some takes, and yesterday I put out a YouTube post asking for some takes, and altogether I think I have just about 1,000 responses. So thank you guys for that and helping me with the off-season. Couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to use code WW10 to save yourself a discount on any of Waggle's awesome products. And also don't forget to use code WyattzWorld at sign up on Prize Picks to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. But if you do that, as always, please remember to play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, so first take of the day is coming from Twitter, and it is from Ashton Shirley. He says Mike Evans is a top 10 receiver all time. I don't know about that. To be honest, it's probably not as ridiculous as I'm reading it. But when I think top 10, I think of players like Jerry Rice and Randy Moss and Chris Carter, Kelvin Johnson, Terrell Owens, Larry Fitzgerald, Marvin Harrison. You know, I think of that group of people. And right now, it's just hard to put Mike Evans in a list with them, but again, statistically, I bet you he's probably catching up. But then you also got to think of the people that are probably going to be surpassing him, like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and I'm talking statistics there, but it'll be interesting to see where he ends up all time when it's all said and done. Okay, flipping over to YouTube, this is from ESAI Calderon. I butchered it, I'm sorry. But they said MLB season is by far the greatest sports season. People hate baseball seasons because of the length. No. Well, actually, kind of. I agree, but I don't. Like, you're right. People hate baseball because the season's so long because, I mean, in reality, what's one game mean? Nothing. Nothing at all. So it's hard to sit down and really, enjoy watching a baseball game and having it mean something to you unless you actually genuinely just love the sport. But as far as the actual season would go, compared to the other major sports, I would probably have MLB at the absolute bottom right now. Who wants to watch a sport where two teams are gonna dictate the entire season every year? There will be a lockout next year, and there probably will be a salary cap and floor hopefully introduced, but until that happens, right now, it is really hard to care about the MLB. Personally, that's just coming from me being a Twins fan, and then having to watch teams like the Dodgers just spend infinite money and just have a complete dominant, well, basically juggernaut of a team at all times. This take is from Liam. He says Stafford is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers all time. I don't agree. I really don't. Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen, and I've said this before and I will reiterate it, and I don't think it's that hot. I used to think it was. Aaron Rodgers is much more talented than Tom Brady ever was. And that's not supposed to be a knock on Stafford either. Matt Stafford is literally right behind Aaron Rodgers on the all-time passing leaders board, and I've seen Stafford do some incredible things, but I think prime Aaron Rodgers is literally one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. I mean, the dude's a 4-time MVP. That is insane. This one's from Riley Ungem. He says Michael Thomas will be in the Hall of Fame. No, he will not. Absolutely not. 6,000 career yards, 36 career touchdowns. That's like Julian Edelman without all of his Super Bowls. You ain't gonna get in the Hall of Fame for a 4-year prime, dude. Ubito here says interceptions should be removed from a quarterback's stat line if they aren't the quarterback's fault. I can't really agree with that one either because so much can go into whose fault it really is. I mean, how good was the pass? How catchable was the pass? Was the quarterback hit? How hard was he hit? Did it dictate how he threw? You know what I mean? It's just impossible to track. Joseph Morfu 397 says the Olympics are the second best sporting event only behind the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, I think the Olympics are 10 times more entertaining than the Super Bowl, brother, but like I would agree, they are great. I've been watching curling, I've been watching the sledding when they're going like 70 miles an hour down the damn slide, I've been watching them on the skis, I've been watching the hockey, dude, it's electric. S Griff 08 says rugby is the hardest sport. Now I have never played rugby. My old roommate used to play rugby. Man, he would come home fucked up after practices, not even games. He would come home with a broken fucking nose. Those guys play tackle football without any pad. Now, do I know how hard it is to actually play the game? I don't know how to play rugby, but I would tell you right now, it's definitely the hardest hitting sport. Rugby terrifies me. I would not fucking ever play rugby. Paul Peterson says Magnus not defending the World Chess Championship should tarnish his legacy. Bro, I don't watch a lot of chess, but I think he's already a little tarnished from seeing that he constantly shows up late on purpose to fuck with with his opponents. I don't like that. I think that's absolutely egregious by him. Green Bean, Tyreek Hill goes back to the Chiefs where it all began. Absolutely 100%. Sports Addict says any sport can be entertaining if you know what's going on. I agree, as long as it's not NASCAR. Chris here is saying, can you please react to the Dodgers and how the hell they're signing everybody and anybody they want to? Well, I just kind of talked about it, but I will get into it again, Chris, because it's fucking stupid, isn't it? The MLB doesn't have a salary cap, meaning the teams that are willing to spend the most money are going to be the best teams because there's no limit. It's so dumb, and they have the richest owners, them and the Yankees, meaning they can afford to just sign anybody, while you have teams like the Twins. My fucking camera just died, are you kidding me? You have teams like the Twins who won't spend money and sign anybody. How are they supposed to compete? They can't. I hate it, man, I really do. This one's from Sinai. He says he thinks Kyler Murray could still succeed. Kyler Murray could be 45 years old, 13 years out of the league, have a family of 4 with 2 kids, and say he's never playing football again, and there would still be people saying that Kyler Murray one day will be a good quarterback. It's crazy. Sniping says Jalen Hurts is overrated, underrated, and overhated all at the same time. I mean, honestly, he's probably pretty correct, because Jalen Hurts is overrated in my opinion. I think his offensive line helps him tremendously, especially in the rushing game at the 1-yard line. I think he's okay at throwing the ball, but I don't think he's near the best in the league. But at the same time, I think the guy deserves credit for getting the Eagles where they have gotten, or helping with it. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's a pretty smart player. He's won a Super Bowl. And yet, some people out there will act like Jalen Hurts is a reoccurring member on the Epstein files or something. Like, they absolutely think he's a horrible person for no reason. So, honestly, I agree with this statement. Lucas says Finn Balor will beat Roman and CM Punk at WrestleMania in a triple threat match. I don't believe it'll be a triple threat match. I think they need to leave Roman and Punk right where it is. However, Finn's character is going to be completely abolished more than it already is after he loses yet another title match. So, in my opinion, in order to save Finn Balor and also have him lose, they are going to have Dominic Mysterio cost him, and Finn will fight Dom for the title at WrestleMania. Intercontinental title, that is. Wicked Society, disc golf is an underrated sport. I mean, it depends on how we're playing. Walking around playing serious competitive disc golf, I'm out. My friends are like, hey, we're gonna roll a couple up and go out and shoot some frisbees around. Oh yeah, I'm in. Joseph Cross says Russell Westbrook is the most overrated NBA player ever. Come on, I loved Russ, man. I still do like Russ. I understand he used to get critiqued for shooting the ball constantly while not being the best shooter in the world, but I still think the guy brought a tremendous amount of energy to the games. He was an all-around good player. To be honest, I kind of think he's severely overhated and underappreciated. Whatever this guy's name is, says WWE in 2025 wasn't that bad. The expectations from how good 24 was made people spoiled. I didn't necessarily have anything against WWE last year. I have something against what they're doing right now with Cody Rhodes, and that looks like they're going to insert him back into the title picture, which, by the way, 2 tweets below you, Cole said Cody doesn't always need to be involved with the belt, and I fucking agree 100%. If you're going to have Cody in that match, then you damn well better have Randy Orton in that match. Do something. Give us something entertaining other than the same fucking guy chasing and re-winning the belt. This feels like the tribal chief all over again. Miss Gamer says Donovan Mitchell is better than Anthony Edwards. Honestly, it's probably not that far off. Donovan Mitchell's a fucking monster. Just Anthony Edwards is my guy. There's about 2, 3, maybe 4 people max in the entire NBA that I would consider taking over him, and Donovan Mitchell is not one. I am a fan of Donovan Mitchell, though. I know that sounded like I took a shit on him. That was more so just me standing up for my guy. Weiss Schnee here says far too many people overrate historical sporting figures compared to current day sporting figures, especially bad in soccer. I agree with that so much, because in baseball, to me, is where I find it the most fucking ridiculous. Bro, you think Babe Ruth or anybody from that era would come in and play like they did back then today? You're out of your mind. You could give Babe Ruth 25 at-bats against Jacob deGrom and he probably wouldn't touch a fucking pitch. And the same thing is with football too, because football's played completely different. Football used to be a run-first game, and we're comparing them against guys who are out there throwing for 5,000 fucking yards a season in today's age. Like, I think historical figures need to be left in history. Moving on, the man, the myth, the legend says, if the Twins bullpen pans out, they will make a surprise ALCS run. For one, I know he's not part of the bullpen. Did you just hear that Pablo Lopez is going to be out likely for the season? That's not going to help anything. Do you think we're going to make a surprise ALCS run? I don't know what you want to bet, but I'll bet you whatever you want that we don't. Twins very well could be the worst team in baseball. It's Crunchy here, says, gotta give your reaction to the potential Carr return. If it's the Derek Carr return, and what I heard is he wants to unretire and go to a contender, he can go fuck himself. Who in their right mind is going to be pushing towards the Super Bowl right now, needing a quarterback and going, you know what, we need Derek Carr? The answer is not anyone. Watch the fuck. Fucking Vikings get them. And then we got one from Mr. Mini Guy. The Buffalo Bills window is past and they'll struggle to make the playoffs next year. No offense, but you guys have been saying that literally every single year that they lose in the playoffs, that their window is past and they're not going to make it the next year. And they literally make it the next year every single time. They're going to be fine. And that is where I'm going to cut it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to try and make a part 2 on TikTok, so keep your eye out for that. I got a ton of responses, like I said. Thank you guys again so much. If you guys did enjoy this video, you already know what to do to show support, and please do it, because you know I appreciate any and all help. However, in the meantime, I'm going to get this whipped up so you guys can all watch it on time. I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your Tuesday, and as always, I will see you in the next video.